Hello, Cedar Crest Middle School Pre-Algebra. This is Mr. Wallace, and I have three sets of equations in front of you. You'll notice the titles: one solution, no solution, infinitely many solutions. And I'm trying to get you prepared for an assignment you're going to have. And so really we just want to go over this. The one on the left, the one solution, is what you've been doing. You've been finding the correct value for x that would make this particular assignment true, or this particular problem true. In other words, making the left half equal to the right half. Okay? So, yeah, it makes it balance out. If you look at the no solution and infinitely many solutions, they're structured a little differently. So the overall goal of this video is to get you to be able to look at the structure of a particular equation and maybe determine whether it's a no solution or an infinitely many solutions based on what you see, or at the minimum, it would get you to provide the right answer if you do choose to solve them algebraically. You know, what is your final answer in the end? So let's go ahead and get into this. The one solution problem on the left, this should make perfect sense to you, okay? So normally what we would do is we would try to get the variables on one side. So this is one of the two ways we could start this. And so we get nothing there. Let's go ahead and balance this equation. We drop down the positive 2 equals, and then 2x minus 3x gives you a negative x. Now, you're virtually done. 2 equals negative x. We don't want negative x. We want positive x. You guys probably already know. We just flip the signs around, and that's the value for x. So you're used to the one solution. When you go to the other two, I want you to notice here that we have a 3x and a 3x, and that means that there is not going to be one solution. You'll see why in a second, but when you attempt to make your algebraic move to get x's on one side, something very particular happens. Because they have the same coefficient, we decide to subtract 3x, we decide to subtract 3x, all right, and so here's what we have. That makes 0 plus 2 over here equals 0, and that ultimately is 2 equals 0. Now when you look at that answer, the x's are gone. You cannot say x equals this. And that's because there's a 3x on the left and a 3x on the right. And it gives you this particular answer. What do we do with this answer? We don't leave it that way. This is not true. So if you ever come up to a problem like this, your answer is the phrase no solution. Leaving it this way with just 2 equals 0, or 2 does not equal 0, is not really a complete answer. So the complete answer is to have both and to say no solution. Now, when we go to infinitely many solutions, if you look at this, you'll notice that the left half, 3x plus 2, is identical to the right half, 3x plus 2. In other words, it's almost like saying 2 equals 2 or 3 equals 3. Yeah, we know that. You will not be able to find one value for x that makes this true. Let me take you through how this works. So our first move is to get our x's on the same side. And like the no solution problem, this does the same thing. The x's will actually disappear. Okay, you'll get 0 there for 3x minus 3x and 0 on the other side. And what it leaves you with is this answer here, 2 equals 2. That's actually true, but you can't say, hey, this value for x makes this true. That's because, so the answer to this is infinitely many solutions. I just say IMS, it stands for infinitely many solutions. And what that means is that any number I want to put in for x makes this true, right? So that gives you 5 equals 5. Yep. Any number you want to put in there makes it true. So that's the three flavors we've got. One solution, no solution, infinitely many solutions. Now, Chargers, you know that the assignments you're going to get probably won't look like this right off the bat. You may have to distribute, you may have to do some simplification, but at some point in the process, you will get to a point where you'll get 3x plus 2 equals 3x plus 2 or something similar to that. In other words, the two sides are identical. Or through the process, as you simplify, you might come up to a point where you notice that you have the same coefficient and you might have a no solution. Chargers, I hope that helps you. There are three possible answers: x equals -2, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. Thank you. Have a great day.